skies are darkening the world, you know. The hills no longer green. Like the animals, your blood will flow. Dreaming of this Christmas.
Smiling wide with empty eyes, I'll find you. You're a lot of fun, just like your friend. You're hiding, but I'm deep inside your mind. You'll die 1,000 times. Do you wanna try again? You're tired of running, nowhere to hide it. I'm getting closer every second.
Behind you.
There's so many songs to play with, so little time. Not long till I find you. Run for your life. You're in my world now. You're joining your friends. I'm coming to take your soul. In the end, you can't run.
Pillar Chase 2 is one of the most requested games for me to play, and by extension, people want me to talk about PCX. So, here we are. In this video, I'm going to go over who PCX is and talk about and include all the different skins you could play as. This video won't give all my thoughts on Pillar Chase 2, I think I'll be saving that for another video. For this one, we'll just explain who PCX is, his abilities, and the cool things that are included. So, without further ado, let's jump in. PCX, or Pillar Chase X, is the 16th monster to be added to the Roblox horror game. His design is nearly identical to OG Sonic EXE, but he's more colored in yellow than he is red. I want to say that the model and all the models look absolutely fantastic. And even if I don't fully like PCX's design, the model itself is really well made. I just feel it's not much different than the original aside from the recolor, but I can see why they did that. The fact that we see X in a game at all is pretty cool, and I can't lie. The skins you can get for this guy is just amazing, but I'll get into those in a moment. I'm going to be taking his description directly from the bestiary to describe this variant of X. PCX is two otherworldly entities merged into one. They have taken the form of the blue blur and use their abilities to lure unsuspecting victims to their demise. PCX is able to traverse to any game that include the blue blur in them at will, and can manipulate the game in any way they see fit. The reason PCX does this is unknown, but it doesn't seem like its twisted games will end anytime soon. Avoid any blue blur related media and don't open any unnamed boxes that aren't meant for you. Interestingly enough, this is two entities into one, and I'm not sure who those separated entities are, but I do know they both don't seem very good. As in, I don't think one side is nice and one side is bad. I think they're just two evil entities mixed together. If you guys have more lore about the character, let me know down in the comments below. But next, I'm going to describe its abilities. Now, I actually played this game when the character first came out, and he used to have an ability where he would take you to his world, but seeing as this was broken, it was no longer an ability you could activate. Rather, if there is only one survivor left, it'll automatically activate and the survivor will have to traverse the world before X can reach them. This world is reminiscent of the original game, and I think that's pretty cool. His other abilities include Found You, which is another reference to the game. When pressing 1, PCX will consume 15 stamina and become invisible. You're able to move faster and fly around. Upon coming out of it, you'll do a little swipe, and it does some pretty decent damage if it hits. The animation that plays is pretty well done, and a little spooky. The next two abilities are God Unbound and Jump. Jump, being self-explanatory, and God Unbound breaks his inhibitor ring's shadow style, which highlights nearby players and gives him more damage, and Sprint for 6 seconds. Originally, I felt this character was broken, and it didn't take the devs long to realize the potential this guy had, already having a rework early into his release. But overall, the fact you get to play as an EXE in a pretty decent game is a really cool inclusion. There's even music that plays when he's nearby, and interestingly enough, that music can change depending on what skin you have on. It'll even change the voice lines and the voice, which is such a great detail they didn't need to include, but I'm so grateful that they did. The skins you could play as are Thorn, who is like Amy Rose if it was an EXE, 2011X, the OG from the creepypasta, 2017X, one of my favorite EXEs, and Decay, which is modeled after the Lord X image. It's not Lord X directly, I just believe that it was modeled after him. These are just the ancient skins you can get, and there are plenty of other ones as well. It's just incredible to see each one of these skins have unique voice lines and chase themes, of which, if you're an EXE fan, you'd for sure recognize it. They even have a Neo Metal Sonic EXE, which looks incredible, and a Shadow EXE too, which I don't see too many of. Not to mention that most monsters have a level designed just for them. In PCX's case, we go to the classic Green Hill Zone, but, you know, the burning landscape kind. There's even unique minigames on some levels and certain things that you can do. I think 2017X overall is probably my favorite one. Not only do I like the voice lines, I think his chase scene is the best, and he has such a unique model. I mean, the other ones are also unique and really well done. I just particularly like this one, and I've had the voice actor come to my streams a few times, which is the official voice for 2017X that they have. It's good to see that these EXE voice actors are getting work in some capacity, and that these EXEs have a place to exist. Say what you will about Pillar Chase, but there's no denying there was work and thought put into each character. The inclusions of so many EXEs and Horror Brew creatures really makes me respect the game. And while the video's not about him, they also have EXE, which I thought was pretty cool, and he looks a little terrifying. And I know I was kind of dogging on this design for PCX, but they tried to make something original. It didn't exactly just take Sonic EXE's original image, and they tried to add a spin to it. Even if it may be just because they were afraid of a lawsuit by Sega, I still think that them going the extra mile and coming up with these ideas while trying to keep it original to the character is noted. But that's pretty much it for today's video. Subscribe if you haven't. Stay tuned for a future video I'm doing, probably one of my biggest videos. It's ranking over 205 EXEs and explaining them. That's right, I'm going to be going insane. I'm currently in the process, but I took this video to take a break, and now I have to get back to it. So if you'll excuse me, I have a basement to get back to. Goodbye!